questions. I texted you a would you rather question this weekend, and you never gave me an answer.
Oh, I don't.
So a
So
part
now
of
I'm
your
going to get inundated.
punishment,
Oh God. Okay,
part
I'm
of
going
your
to tell you I
pun,
just missed it, but go ahead. I'll look for it.
it is to answer that question plus four other Penn State specific would you rather questions. Okay.
Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna stop
And I
looking for this
haven't
one.
picked an answer on these yet because I feel like I tried to make these as tough as possible as I was sitting and thinking and coming up with these. So
Okay.
the question that I texted Steve that he ignored me, quote unquote, ignored me on, was would you rather three NCAA tournament berths over 6 years for men's basketball or one men's national championship in hockey in the next 10 years?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I didn't know that. I missed
Yeah.
the would you rather question. I thought you were asking me which one is possible. So would I rather?
Yeah.
I
There's
think
a,
I did respond. I think I
no,
said
you
hockey's
did.
not going to happen.
Maybe
Like
you
I
did.
don't think that 1 in 10 years is going to, so now you're beating me up for an answer I gave you
Okay,
back.
sorry. Well, but did you answer that
I
question?
don't know that I was a would you rather, I guess if I would you rather thinking bigger picture for the athletic department. This is the lens I'm seeing that through. Bigger picture for the athletic department, the NCAA tournaments, right? Because they're going to make the program more money and it's a
Yeah,
more visible program.
that's fair. I think even though you're a season ticket holder and I'm somebody that pays attention a little bit more, I feel like than the average fan to let's say men's hockey, I agree with the tournament burst just because it makes more money for the athletic
Right. It's
department.
just more, it's the right thing for the program
Okay.
overall.
Um, losing money, I guess, would be the next way to ask the next question. Would you rather a specific wrestling arena, so a specific facility for Penn State wrestling and Penn State wrestling only, or Penn State men's basketball slash women's basketball to play in Pagula Ice Arena to maybe build an environment, but still maybe not lose out on as many ticket sales?
I would say the second because I think Penn State wrestling has an arena. I know its shortcomings. It is the best venue for a sport at Penn State right now is Rec Hall for wrestling.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I guess I would rather keep that. So I mean, I guess I'll go with
The hoops of Pagula?
the hoops then. And but the hoops of Pagula now that they're selling beer in the Jordan Center, I mean that used to be the thing. Like you get a little bit closer and they're going to sell alcohol in the suites. Now anybody can buy alcohol. So I think atmosphere is just going to. I think the fish that save Pittsburgh approach is going to continue for basketball, men's for sure. They're going to be competitive and half decent. The lower bowl is going to be okay and seem raucous enough when they're
Okay.
good. And I'm a little worried about them, honestly. I
They
mean,
lost
it just
another transfer today.
so that's yeah,
Yeah. I'm,
yeah.
I'm, I think it's fair to have a,
I don't know. I don't know if Lauren Waltz knew stuff before she was talking to us, and that's why she
yeah,
didn't
she
give us an
was,
answer or not. But like, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. All right. Speaking of I knew this would come up, so well I know my
Look
podcast
at you,
partner.
dominoes. Here we go.
Uh, Speaking of that question, would you rather a Lady Lions national championship or a men's basketball Final Four appearance?
I'll go with the same logic as the first time. Men's basketball Final Four. It's just better for the program. I mean, maybe not now.
Is it?
People are going to tell me Caitlin Clark effect, and whatever else. I don't. I will be a. I don't know that I'm going to be alive to see either one of those two things. But I think they both feel about the same realistically. I guess I don't know.
I
I don't know. I mean, I
I
hear
think
you. I
it's the
hear you
Lady
with what you're
Lions.
not saying about it in terms of the Lady Lions. I guess I
I
probably would rather, just because I'm probably more invested in that because the kids, because of whatever following them. But man, I don't have a whole heck of a lot of hope about that
Jeez,
happening.
jeez, we're causing Steve to spiral here. I think the Lady Lions is what I would pick out of that answer because I think I don't know. I think some of that's ingrained in the fact that paid more attention over the course of my life to Lady Lions basketball. I think also I think you would get more PR than you would nationally. You would get more PR for Penn State women's basketball slash Penn State at larger if you win a national championship, at least in this market, than just the
That's
men
true.
making the Final Four. Like, does anybody really remember outside of people that are really plugged into basketball? Like, does the casual fan remember the FAU run? I think maybe like the Loyola Chicago ones are a little bit different, but like I don't know if the FAU run is that unique comparatively. Like people pay attention to who the national champion is.
Did you just put Penn State basketball on a FAU level?
I mean, they were going to hire the coach, so
Okay. I'm just asking. It's just what I heard.
okay. All right, next one. Talked about. We kind of have asked this question before. This may be a different reframing of this question, but we're going to go with it. Over the course of your lifetime, what's left? However long that is. Let's hope it's plenty of years. Would you rather?
What's left?
Would you rather 2 football national championships or 1 football national championship and 1 Heisman Trophy winner?
I'll take the second one because I think it's more realistic. I think 2 national championships in my lifetime is not happening. I think there's one, and maybe you get a player who's somehow transcendent.
I haven't thought about this answer, but
You got more years. You can take the 2 national
Yeah.
championships. What's that Heisman doing for you? Not doing anything.
That's kind of how I felt about it, and that's why I think the 2 because like the Lightning have won 2 Stanley Cups, right? Like since I've like started paying attention to them, and the second one wasn't as fun as the first one, but it was still great. So I think I'm gonna pick. I don't know if the Heisman like does that much for me. Plus, like I've already had like Larry Johnson and a couple of people come close over the course of
Larry Johnson was probably screwed, but that's, I think, because of people who didn't like him as a person.
Wow.
Like, I think if any, that might be my biggest, what to think about this, your biggest Penn State sports injustice for a segment sometime. Dude ran for 2,000 yards in the Big Ten without a lineman making first or second team. I'm pretty sure maybe one guy made second team. And he didn't get any vote. Like if an Ohio State man run back for 2,000 yards, or a Michigan guy ran for 2,000 yards with no offensive lineman, here's the Heisman today, you know, so.
Okay, that's a good segment. All right, this last one I'm not going to answer, but it's Steve specific. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Would you rather give up creamery chocolate milk and never hear about NIL again, or keep creamery chocolate milk, but every time you drink some, so every sip that you take, you have to donate to NIL?
Oh, I'm never drinking chocolate milk again in the creamery. I'll find another chocolate milk fix.
Really?
I get it. I understand. And it's where we're going. But like at some point, like the education has to be worth something, right?
It
like,
is. We just had
it's just
Deion
pro
Butler
sports.
on.
I've got a pro sports team. I'm going to invest in my attention in the Steelers. If it's pro football, I don't need another pro football team.
Okay. All right. Wow.
My dairy chocolate milk is very good. It's just not as close to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Apple Loops are just as good as Apple Jacks, let me tell you.
Oh, I think people would tell you in State College that it's not as far as you think.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean those are pretty far into the scale. I mean, every sip of chocolate milk donated to NIL, that I would.
It didn't say it had to be like a lot of money. It's just, a decent amount of money.
That was good. That was not bad. That was good.
Okay.